Alright, so Giratina Origins. This thing has terrorized every season, including the preseason. You've seen it a lot. If you aren't sick of it, guess what? You're going to see a lot more of it. You know why? Because it's coming in raids, and it's going to be shiny! Yay! Ah, dang it. I don't do Master League a lot. So if you do Master League, I'm so sorry you're going to see this thing a lot more. Hopefully not, but you're probably going to see it a lot more. Probably. So Giratina O is just really strong because it has a high attack and stamina stat. Because of this, it's able to deal a bunch of damage, and it actually does really well against a lot of picks in the Master League. So in Master League, you're weak against Dark, Dragon, Fairy, Ghost, and Ice. So basically, other Giratina O's, everybody hates Togekiss, Dragonite wrecks your soul, and the Ice Pig is going to ice you. Ice Pig, and then you also have Dark types, which, other than Hydreigon, you're probably not going to see a lot. Hydreigon probably like Tyranitar. So Giratina Origins has a lot of resistances. Now this is probably what makes it really good, is because it resists a lot of the meta. So you resist fighting types, so Machamps, electric types, so Zekron's got nothing on you except those Dragon Breaths. Water, so Kyogre doesn't have much on you. Those Fire Punches from Groudon aren't going to do much at all either. You have very strong matchups against a lot of relevant meta matchups, but it's kind of weird because I would say it's like a 50-50. In other words, you'll resist half of the meta, and the other half of the meta you're kind of weak to, if that makes sense, just because of Dragon's dominance in Master League. Now, Giratina is really expensive. It not only everything in Master League is going to cost 200 grand dust or more. Its second move costs you 100k alone, and it costs 100 candy. This won't be much of an issue because since it's coming out of Rage, you can kind of grind for it. But Giratina Origins, depending on like how you look at it, if you really want it shiny, it's a pretty sweet shiny. Really powerful, really strong. And I would just, if you get a Shundo, I hate you. Not really. I'm really happy for you if you get a Shundo. But it's also really good for Master League. So Giratina Origins overall ranks at number 6 for Master League. It's really powerful. It actually takes out a majority of the steel typings. It takes out Melmetal, it takes out Kyogre too, and Gear Altered. So Giratina O actually does a lot of work. It does a lot of work. You beat Kyogre. The big thing of its giant like up plus is that it beats Psychics, it beats Steels, and you beat the popular Kyogre. Now, you'll lose against Dialga, just because Dialga is so oppressive. However, you can flip that matchup. You can. The keyword is can. Obviously, you're going to lose against Togekiss, so you see that lead, and also against things like Dragonite, Rhyperior, Zekrom. And that's Giratina O overall. Giratina O in the lead ranks at number 5. It's a really good lead. If you see any Dialga or Togekiss, obviously lead, but other than that, you're very strong against things like Kyogre, Melmetal, which are also really popular. Mewtwo's also a really popular lead right now too. It's also it was very popular from like what I've seen. So Mew's actually really popular. Mewtwo. And Metagross. Well, you don't see a lot of Metagrosses, but if you do see in the lead, you do beat it, so that's what it is. Giratina Origins is a very good lead. As a closer, Giratina O is number 9 just because Shadow Ball hits so freaking hard. A Shadow Ball will yeet even Groudon to oblivion, and you also beat a lot of relevant matchups. Again, you lose against pretty much the same things. Dialga, Togekiss, just because these two are so freaking overpowered and so annoying in every league, including Master League. As a switch, Giratina Origins is also really good. In fact, a lot of people do switch in on you with Giratina Origins just because it has a lot of good potential. It beats Kyogre, it beats Melmetal, Groudon, Giratina, Altered, Mewtwo, etc. So you actually counter other safe switches. As you see, Groudon, it's literally the only safe switch that beats like the top 2 mons that are probably the 2 most common ones. You won't see a lot of Shadow Snorlaxes, but you won't see a lot of Shadow Snorlaxes. You can see Snorlax, so just be mindful of that. But other than that, Giratina Origins actually dominates a majority of the list. Hell, you even dominate, yeah, it dominates a lot of the list. You'll beat Shadow Zapdos, you beat Landorus Incarnate. Mew doesn't stand a chance against you. It beats a lot of relevant safe switches. So a lot of individuals really do like using Giratina Origins as your safe switch. Alright, so Giratina Origins, here's the matrix. I put all 3 versions. So I put Shadow Claw, Shadow Ball, and I also put Dragon Pulse, Omnis Wind, and I'm gonna put double nuke. Well, actually that's double nukes, yeah. So I put Shadow Ball, Dragon Pulse. So here's double nukes, here's bait, and then Shadow Ball, and then here's Dragon Pulse, Omnis Wind. Now each moveset actually flips a few things. Without Omnis Wind, you risk not being able to bait, and at the same time, if you get the boost with Omnis Wind, then you can run through like a lot of metas. So just keep that in mind. So here's the 2 shield. In the 2 shield, you beat Conkeldurr. Well, you're gonna be you beat all fighting types. You beat pretty much all fighting types. Like there's nothing that really does anything as far as a Gear O, just because of Ghost resist counters and it resists fighting. You beat Garchomp. You beat Gear Altered. In the 2 shield, that's really important to know that you beat the Origins version actually beats the Altered version in the 2 shield. This flips in lower shield scenarios though. You beat Groudon, that's another key highlight. You beat Groudon and you beat Kyogre. So you beat 2 really popular picks. Obviously, you're going to lose against Togekiss. So if you see Togekiss, switch. And against other dragons, like keep away from Charmers and Dragon Breath. Palkia and Zekrom are the 2 things. Anything with Dragon Breath you want to keep away from. Because as you see, you lose against everything with Dragon Breath. You'll lose against Dialga, you'll lose against Dragonite. Anything with Dragonite, run. Dragon Breath, run. You even lose against Dragon Breath Gyarados. So anything with Dragon Breath or Charm, run. If you win the lead though, it's really strong because you're going to take shields. As you see, you beat Kyogre, you beat Heatran, you beat Melmetal. So you beat one of the 3 key ones you beat is probably Kyogre, Melmetal, Mewtwo. Kyogre, Melmetal, and Mewtwo are really good. And you also beat Rhyperiors and Swamperts. Now, like I said, anything with Dragon Breath or with Charm, keep away from it. Even Snorlaxes. So if you see that in the lead, you can get walled. And even if you don't get walled, if you see you're in the 2 shield, you can still lose. So there's nothing as far as like double nukes, as far as like all movesets pretty much are very similar. But Omnis Wind, not having Omnis Wind, as you see, does flip some matchups in the 2s because you can't bait. That's the problem. You can't bait. Some of them are very bait dependent. So not Omnis Wind. Omnis Wind does flip a lot of matchups. Well, not actually it flips Gira, it flips Gira, it flips Garchomp. And it also flips it flips Gear, Garchomp, and the mirror. So if you get the mirror and you don't have Omnis Wind, and they do, you're in trouble. So that's a 2 shield. Here's the 1 shield. In the 1 shield, you get anything notable. Let's see. You're still gonna lose against Dialga, unfortunately. I think you only beat Dialga up a shield. You're going to lose against everything that still has Dragon Breath. So you don't win against anything Dragon Breath in the 1 shield. You still lose against Zekrom. You still lose against Dialga. You still lose against Dragonite. So anything with Dragon Breath, run. You beat Giratina Altered in the 1 shield. However, if you don't have Shadow Ball, you lose. So if you see here, you need Shadow Ball to beat Giratina Altered. Just because the Shadow Ball is what KOs it in the end. You beat Kyogre. You beat Melmetal. You beat Mewtwo. You're gonna lose against everything that has Dragon Breath, so just keep mindful of that, and then keep away from that. You even lose against Rhyperior in the 1 shield. In the 0s, Giratina Origins. This is where Giratina Origins gets interesting. You're still gonna beat Conkeldurr. You'll beat Dragonite with Dragon Pulse. You can beat Dragonite up a shield, so you'll see it in the 1 to 0s just how that flips. You'll still beat Giratina. You'll beat Gear Altered just because Shadow Ball and Dragon Pulse will both KO it. In the 0s, if it just eats one. You beat Groudon, you beat Kyogre, and you beat Melmetal. And you beat Mewtwo. So there's a lot of matchups here, a lot of relevant meta matchups here you will beat. Now, this is where the 0s kind of is weird. You need Dragon Pulse to beat Palkia. So if you're in the 0 scenario, you need Dragon Pulse to beat Palkia because Shadow Ball doesn't actually KO it. As you see here, it will KO. Yeah, it could just Aqua Tail you and then you lose. Actually, it could go straight Draco Meteor from here. So you need Dragon Pulse to KO Palkia. And that's it. You'll like always keep away from Charmers and Dragon Breath users. If you see one run, if you win the matchup, you could stay in comfortably. Just be careful of Dragon Breath. Now, if you're up a shield, this is where it gets interesting. You're gonna win a lot of matchups. Now you still lose against. Now there's still a lot of matchups you lose with the standard moveset. For example, you'll lose against Garchomp and Dragonite without Dragon Pulse. You need Dragon Pulse to KO a lot of things. As you see here, you'll beat Gyarados, but you don't see a lot of Gyaradoses in Master League. So you'll beat Groudon, you'll beat Gyro, you'll beat Gear Altered up a shield. So you beat a lot of the meta up a shield. You lose against things that like Dragon Breath users like Dragonite and Palkia. You'll lose against those just because you need Dragon Pulse. As you see, Dragon Pulse will KO. You lose against Snorlax though, but here's what's really interesting. You'll actually win. You actually beat Togekiss up a shield with Shadow Ball. So Shadow Ball does actually kill Togekiss. So up a shield, you can flip the Togekiss matchup. As you see here, you just Shadow Ball and then poof, and then you can Dragon Claw down, and then you could Shadow Claw down. Which should be the same case with Giratina Origins with the Dragon Pulse version. All you have to do is just Shadow Ball, and then you can Dragon Claw down. Same thing. But you do lose against Palkia, so just keep that in mind. You do lose against Palkia, and you do lose against Dragonite, so make sure you keep that in mind. You need Dragon Pulse. Dragon Pulse does flip some matchups. Keebly, Dragonite, Garchomp, and Palkia. So just keep that in mind. In a 2 shield, this is where it gets really interesting. You still lose against, if you get walled, you'll beat everything up 2 shields except for Snorlax. And you need Shadow Ball to take out Togekiss. So if you don't have Shadow Ball, you lose against Togekiss. So if you're using Dragon Breath Ominous Wind, you see there is some matchups that will get flipped. Just because you do need one or the other. So it definitely matters if you have either Dragon Pulse or Shadow Ball, as you see here. But in a 2 shield, as long as you have a shield, you can beat Togekiss. That's really important. Now, you lose against Snorlax if you don't have Dragon Pulse, just because it's so oppressive. Now with this moveset with Dragon Pulse, as you see, Dragon Pulse, it does give you an out against Snorlax. In fact, if you hit Dragon Pulse on a Snorlax, it sucks. As you see, up 2 shields, Dragon Pulse does 92 damage, so you do about a quarter of it. It's still not a lot, but if you hit the Dragon Pulse, it does prompt your opponent to be like, oh, okay, this is kind of dangerous. Just because, as you see here, you can beat... Your only convincing matchup you beat is if you have 2 shields with Snorlax. You will get walled against Snorlax. If you see a Snorlax against Gira O and you have all Ghost moves, you're going to get walled. So just keep that in mind. If you do run Shadow Ball Ominous Wind, you will get walled. Even if you boost... I think even if, let's see, if you boost... No. Let's say you do this. Okay, so... Let's say you go Ominous Wind. I think even if you go straight boost, apply buffs. Okay, let's see if you do this. Okay, so if you apply both buffs, and then you update the sandbox, you will still lose. You could still lose. So even if you're up 2 shields, and you double boost, you could still get walled by Snorlax. Now if you triple boost, you still lose. So, yeah, you're still gonna lose. So it doesn't really matter what you do, you're going to lose against Snorlax. Even if you go straight Ominous Wind and you boost, you're still going to lose. So Snorlax will still dominate you. So just keep that in mind. In summary, Giratina Origins is really good. Again, keep away from Dragon Breath users and Charmers. That's where it really sucks. You kind of need to switch out right away and try to force the closer or try to get shield advantage if you do get those matchups. As you see here, you want to keep away from Togekiss. So we're gonna switch out because we don't want Togekiss to kill us. Now, your best thing to do with Giratina Origins is to, like I said, keep away from Dragon Breath users, keep away from Charmers, and remember Snorlax does wall you. Those are the 3 big things. It does matter if you run Dragon Pulse. If you run Dragon Pulse or if you run Dragon Pulse or if you run Shadow Ball, it does matter. I would say the best moveset is probably the standard all Ghost type move. Just because like I said, it does matter if you use... It does matter a lot if you have either variation. And it's really rough. I'm not gonna lie. Like Gear Origins, if you do win, it gives you a great lead. If you lose, it kind of sucks. losing the lead, and then you have to realign, and you basically have to have switch or shield advantage with, wow. And if Togekiss boosts on you like this, there's just really no way out. Up a shield, you might be able to come back. Like, you might be able to come back. Giratina Origins with a shield is really powerful. Giratina up Origins up shields is really strong. So your biggest advantage is up shields or up energy. That's probably your best way, your best scenario with Giratina Origins. As you see here, this Togekiss actually boosts on us. So if Togekiss boosts on you, did you see all the... Yeah, it does a lot of damage. And you kind of want to keep it away from Giratina Origins. We get Melmetal back in. Melmetal is really dangerous. As you see here, this matchup's really rough because since that Togekiss boosted on us, yes, we won the lead, but because that Togekiss boosted on us, we're kind of dead. There might be a way to win, so if we can farm down the Melmetal and then Shadow Ball the Togekiss in the back, we have play. And we can't do it, unfortunately. And that's just the way the cookie crumbles, unfortunately. You have to get 2 Shadow Balls in order to win. But that's just basically what it is. As you see, we try to keep away from Giratina Origins. If we boost, that's great. If we don't boost, that kind of sucks, as you see here. If Togekiss boosts on you, you're basically dead. But if that matchup went the other way around, we would have been fine. I'm going to back out of here because no one really uses Lugia and Master. Like, Lugia isn't really a notable mon. Yes, it works, but it's not great. But as you see, Melmetal leads are plenty. You want to keep... If you get a... This is probably... The matchups you're going to see the most are probably going to be Melmetal and Kyogre. As you see, we get to switch into a Reshiram. I'm going to fire Omnis Wind to bait a shield. And then what we'll do is we'll switch into our... We're going to switch into... I would say... Yeah, we'll switch into Mewtwo. Because Dialga is just so great as a closer that we might as well break Reshiram shields. And we have shield advantage anyway, so we're okay. But... As you see here, you want to leave because you want to keep you need to keep Giratina O away from Dragon Breath users. So if they switch in Dialga into you or Rush, anything that has Dragon Breath, you want to leave because you're going to lose a 2-shield convincingly. We're going to shield this just because we want to preserve Mewtwo. Well, we don't really need to preserve Mewtwo. We just want to get this Psy Strike off. You don't want to waste all that energy. And... that's basically it. The way to play Gira O is, like I said, just keep it away from Snorlax, keep it away from Dragon Breath users and Charmers, and you're pretty safe. Other than that, I would say your best bet is to just try to do your best. If you do lose lead, try to get shield advantage back. That's probably your best. That's probably the best way I could say to you is just try to get shield advantage back. They switch into Melmetal. We switch into Gira O, and then hopefully we catch... We're going to catch Rock Slide. Yeah, we do catch the Rock Slide. So, Melmetal, as you see... Yeah, it's just what it is. Giratina Origins isn't... Because you're not bulky, you don't have a lot of bulk. Does that make sense? As you see here, Rock Slide's still chunk. The Gira Altered version has a lot of bulk compared to the Origin version, but Origins is just really strong because of what it covers and just because it has Shadow Ball. Because it has Shadow Ball, as you see here, Shadow Ball does heavy damage. Shadow Ball is probably one of your best friends. If you don't have Shadow Ball, then as you see with Dragon Pulse, it does flip matchups, so just keep that in mind. Also, if you boost with Ominous Wind, you can pretty much sweep your opponent's entire team. Pretty much. The keyword's pretty much. You're not going to sweep every team, but you know what? It hurts a lot. We're going to shield this. We're just going to get Dialga with a bunch of energy. But that's just what it is with Gira O. As long as you keep it away from its weaknesses, it's very powerful in all positions. But it's at the same time, it could be kind of iffy. Oof. Okay, we're just going to Iron Head here. Iron Head! I don't know why you didn't Iron Head. I was like Draco Meteor, and I was like, wait a minute, hold on here. That's a Dragonite. We're just going to live. We're gonna get Dragon Claw, that's fine. We pretty much have this match. But that's basically what it is with Giratina Origins. Giratina Origins is really good as long as you can keep it away from what's... Well, with anything, it's as long as you keep it away. But as you see here, like, Giratina Origins was able to do heavy damage and pretty much take a shield. It could take both shields. It has a lot of pressure, great energy charger, etc. Again, I hope you guys get a really great Giratina Origins. I hope you get your hundo and your shundo early so you don't have to worry about spending any more raid passes. And you guys have a wonderful day. Remember, Giratina Origins is out from October, I believe, 9th to like the rest of the month or something like that. So it's going to be out for a while. So good luck. Get your shiny, get your shundo. I hope it works for you in Go Battle League. And I hope this like guide helped you out. And you guys have a wonderful day.